Hello everyone and welcome back. In our last video we visited the beautiful turquoise waters of Lake Havasu along with the London Bridge, and then we spent a few days down at Scullypalooza but decided it wasn't quite for us, and so we packed up and moved on. We decided to charter new territory of the state of California. This would be the first time Paul and I had visited this state, so we were able to mark one more state off of our list. You can see the beautiful sagebrush all in bloom with the bright, vivid yellow flowers that's dotted and speckled the sideline of our drive. This is Box Canyon. It's a interesting stretch of road. Something unique about this is you will see some of the tire marks and pull-off areas, but you can actually camp down here in the canyon. Paul and I did not utilize it for this trip. We had our eyes set onto a different destination. Let me know if you can see the face on the side of this rock wall. It's kind of interesting and unique. Off in the distance is where our destination for the evening lay ahead us. We eventually made it into the Salton Sea. The Salton Sea is a well-known man-made disaster. It was a lake that was created in a very large basin after an accident from engineering and the Colorado River essentially being spliced by accident, allowing water flow to go into the basin. What happened, unfortunately, later on is that although it was a wonderful and great tourist destination from the 30s onward into the 50s or 60s, eventually the farm runoff polluted the lake, which caused a lot of fish die-off, as well as agricultural practices that improved cut off more water flow. So there was no new water coming into the Salton Sea, which proved to be a huge disaster in the making. So many packed up and left and abandoned these old homesteads. More recently, artists have come in and taken over a lot of the dilapidated buildings, bringing an interesting take on this kind of urban decay of landscape. And Paul and I was able to walk around and capture some of these really unique artistic installations and some of the projects they've been working on. We had the Bombay Estates pretty much to ourselves, aside of some very frisky pigeons flying above. I must admit, kind of being able to walk around and enjoy it just by myself was a very unique experience. It's interesting looking at these old shells of homes and wondering what used to probably exist here. We decided to stay the night straight on the Salton Sea edge. Later in the evening, we headed towards the ski inn to enjoy a quick bite of food after our walking around and taking everything in. The ski inn is a really wonderful dive, and it's nice to have it here. It's kind of like a last stand place in a very much deserted area. I got some wings. Paul went for a grilled cheese and some onion rings. We keep it simple. But we made it out just in time to capture the last rays of the sunset. But the sunrise the next morning was just as spectacular. Vinny was not fully awake just yet, but nevertheless, we went for a walk along the shore of the Salton Sea and took in some more of the art installations from many of the artists. But it was time to go and head onwards towards new areas. Next up would be outside of the town of Nyland. We made a stop at the Salvation Mountain. I feel like I watched so many videos on this place that walking around and looking at everything, it felt like I had already been there and already seen everything. I'm really impressed, to be honest, with the amount of effort that went into this wonderful type of folk art. What a massive legacy to leave behind. Even if you don't agree with the religious views, just the uniqueness of the art itself is quite amazing. Next up was Slab City. These slabs are a very infamous section of land that was abandoned by the U.S. military. Folks came in and essentially took it over, which it is now known as the last free land of America. With it being free comes with some interesting ruling principles there. It's a very kind of anarchist type of ruling system there, and those who don't abide by it will often find their possessions and homes burned to the ground. But outside of that, there is an interesting area called East Jesus, and again, it has more art-inspired installations there. They have a very amazing sense of humor I found in a lot of these installations. And there's such a great uniqueness in a lot of the repurposing of the items that you'll see. I do have to say, I found East Jesus to be way more inspiring than the Salton Sea and Bombay beach estates. There are plenty of art cars still kind of lingering about on this area. You can tell a lot of labor of love and effort went into some of these. After a long day of hanging out in the slabs and checking a lot of wonderful art installations out, it was time to move on. This time, as we were crossing back over towards the edge of California and Arizona, we met such great sand dunes. It felt like we were a part of Lawrence of Arabia or something. Totally a surprise that caught us off guard. But with this, I will have to leave you till our next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and take care, my friends.